Darkening concrete, devouring ghosts to float by. I'm with them. Up in the current and taken in whole. I've been struggling, strangling. Others in tow have my eyes gone missing.
Second. I've only done one stream, I think, previous to this, and to get me to basically like level, like 10 or 11 or something. Right now, we're just gonna do we're in Darkshore. We're gonna do the entirety, pretty much the entirety of Darkshore, which will get us up to like level 17 or 18. And then we'll move on to probably, Red Ridge. I mean, talking to, Cargos was doing his videos. Cargos was doing his videos on zones and kind of talking about zones. And my favorite zone, and I kind of said to Cargos that I may actually do a video similar to his to kind of steal his idea. And if I did one, the zone would be Darkshore, because I'm just such a huge fan of of Darkshore. It's such a beautiful zone. But anyways, yeah, maybe I'll do that before I get offline tonight. But right now, we've got to get our fishing quest. I just spent some time leveling my fishing up to 75, which is easy to do. And then also, as you're in Alliance, it's super, super great to do that, because it'll just super boost your cooking.
Greetings.
Which we can we can look at that right now if we want to. But really, if I go to cooking, we've already fished up 74 mackerel as we leveled our fishing up to 75, and then we'll just basically cook that up, and that'll give us a really big boost on our cooking. Can you hear me okay? Close to the beach? Can you hear me? I've been yakking my head off. I want to make sure the audio's okay. Let me check my... yeah, mic level looks good. We're in the pipe 5x5. All right, we should be good. Good evening. Let's fire the music back up. Yeah, I don't use like the leveling add-ons that Cargos does, and I'm kind of scatterbrained, like I bounce around a lot, so I'm not the fastest leveler in the world just because I get too distracted too easily. But we're definitely gonna try to level this character fairly quickly. I feel kind of bad. I've leveled a lot of characters on Deviate Delight, but the highest level I have right now is my melee hunter, level 51. I actually have some characters on the Horde as well, because I have multiple accounts. But I think we're going to stick with the Alliance for now. Alright, cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We've got a couple of fish. There's actually 3 fishing quests in Darkshore, so I usually like to knock them out. It's just good experience, and it helps level up your fishing as well. You can see we're already at 42 out of 75 fishing, or first state. I'm sorry, 78 out of 150 fishing. Well, I'm a big fan of Night Elves, although this is not a Night Elf, but what's funny is even when I create a human, I still at level 8-ish go to the Night Elf zone, right? So I got this character starter in the human area because it's Paladin. I have to be a Paladin. If I could be a Night Elf Paladin, I would be a Night Elf Paladin. Night Elves are by far my favorite race in WoW. I just love Night Elves. I like the Night Elf zones. I like the Night Elf character models. I like the way they move. I like the way armor looks on them. They're just cool. But since I'm a Paladin, we got to be a human. But yeah, as soon as I hit level 8, I come over to the Night Elf area. And I grab cooking. There's a cooking trainer. Most of the zones have a cooking trainer, I think. Probably in them or very close to the starting areas. Yeah, you definitely want to grab cooking right off the bat. I mean, like I said, we've fished up, 76 mackerel just leveling my fishing. So already, we're gonna boost fishing way up. So I mean cooking, sorry. Yeah, it's all yeah. If you're a hunter, man, you like out of all the classes that exist in the game, the hunter is the one where I think cooking matters the most because you can actually fish up fish and feed it to like a bear or feed it to like a I don't know what else uses a fish, but crab, not a crab. Not a crocodile. Oh, a turtle. Turtles like fish, right? You know? I'm sorry, me too what? Oh, night elves? You like night elves? Is that what you're saying? See here, look, we're getting multiple fishing quests done at the same time, so that's good. Trying to be efficient. Cargos always levels so bloody fast. It pisses me off. But again, he uses the rested XP add-on, which I refuse to use that. I refuse to use the rest of it. I refuse to have something tell me what to do. I'm so harebrained. I'm like so scatterbrained. I'm all over the place. I'll go to one zone, do some stuff, then like what I'm gonna do, like leveling wise, changes almost every time I level a character. When I level a character from 1 to 60, my leveling path is never the same. It's always what I feel like doing. It's like, oh, do I feel like grinding some mobs? Okay, we'll grind some mobs. Oh, let's do some like, you know what? I don't feel like doing Lakeshire on this quest on this character. Let's go do, let's go do this Night Elf. Let's do Ashen Vale, for example. So I kind of vary my leveling constantly. One of the reasons why I level pretty slowly, to be honest. Do, 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 do. Oh boy, we gotta get to 20. 20 is huge for the Paladin, for the Protection Paladin. We gotta get Consecrate as fast as possible. I've considered getting Fiery Enchant on a weapon, but I've been really lazy about it. Since I've got a higher level character and I've got quite a bit of gold, but I don't know. Fiery is definitely really, really good at low level. I've got a Razor's Edge that I bought for like, I don't know, 3 gold. I think I got a really good deal on this. And then I've got a Priest who's level 21, and I've got her enchanting up to 225, so she went ahead and enchanted this with just +3 weapon damage. I kind of like the glow. Matches my guild tabard. It totally matches my guild tabard. Is that fish holy? Is this holy fishing? I'm a paladin. Is that what you're saying? Is this holy fishing? Tricky right now. Not following a guide is. Any advice? Just wander the world. Oh, for leveling, I mean, if you have like, if you got Leatrix maps installed, I mean, you can easily see the levels of the zones just by hovering over them. 1,000 yields. So I mean, that's helpful. If you're just kind of like trying to get an idea of where to level, and you don't really want to follow like a leveling guide, I think using Leatrix maps is a really nice way to go about it, because you can just go and say, oh, where do I want to level? It's like, oh, maybe I'll level here. Okay, well, Fellwood, 4855. Yeah, that's not good for me. Like, let's say I'm level 12. Well, where should I level as level 12? You got to start thinking about the starting areas. That exist in the game. You start talking about Dunmoral 1 to 10, Lochwadon 10 to 20. So that's kind of one simple, easy way to just play around with what leveling path you might want to do, is just looking at the map and seeing what levels the zones are. And But yeah, this is Deviate Delight. I don't think I have it in the title, but I'm sure it's in the stream description. In the stream description, I'm pretty sure I list what server I'm on. I do. Game mode, classic vanilla server, Deviate Delight. We're working on our fishing quests here. We just got to get 4 more gaffer jacks. Well, I wonder if I have my underwater breathing. Shit, I don't, do I? Okay, before, you know, let's just get that. Let's get some underwater breathing because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need those. I might have some in my mail. My mailbox is insane. Let's see, what have we got? We got all kinds of stuff, different things, some yummy scrolls. I'm always buying scrolls. I got gear that I've purchased for this character. What I'm really looking for is elixir of water breathing. Boom. What's funny is I leveled up on the Horde side, because I have another WoW account, I leveled up a shaman to, like, actually, no, a priest to, like, level 32 on the Horde side. And I actually transferred almost all of her gold and all her stuff that she had acquired leveling. And then I also have a shaman over there. It's like level 20. I transferred most of the money, most of the usable, like, items that were useful, using the gadgets and neutral auction house to this character. Oh, you get a notification? Cool. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Let me that's fine. Let me modify the stream. This is not going to be monetized. This won't be a monetized stream because I got too much copyright music in it. Yeah, thanks, Beach, for promoting. For promoting the stream. Thanks, Ed. I could use more subscribers. Why not, right? But yeah, Dark Shore is just such a beautiful zone. I mean, I've always said that Dark Shore is my favorite zone. I just think it's visually it's crafted so well. The colors. I think really the color palette of Dark Shore is what really strikes me. And then just the nighttime, the shadows, the moon. There's always beautiful, like, moons, you know, moon sets. It's just gorgeous, man. It is gorgeous. Yeah, I don't play Season Discovery. I don't like it. You're playing Deviate Delight Alliance Hunter 34K. Yeah, my Alliance Hunter is 51. She's taking a break, right? She's a melee hunter, so she's what I call a hybrid melee hunter, where I allow her to use stings, and outside of stings, just melee, so she doesn't really use auto shot or arcane or concussive or multi or aim shot or any of that stuff. It's just mostly melee, so but she's very don't underestimate her. She's very powerful, actually. Most interesting about the neutral age. Ditch the music, get the money. Nah, I make so much. I make so little on. I make very little on monetization. I don't have enough people watching the stream to where it's that big a deal. Like, I may make like I may make like 10 cents on a stream or something. Like, very, very little. So if I get to the point where I'm having more than like 300 or 400 views a stream, then then I'll start making sure the streams are monetized. How many more do we need? Just one more. Yeah. Thank you. I've had too much this life.
Hey, you have a great day now. Interesting.
You got my attention. What can I do for you? Safe travels.
No, I do not. I don't usually go with bears. I'm more of a wolf. I like wolves and cats as a hunter. I usually start off with my favorite pet, which is the Coyote Pack Leader from Westfall. Look at those colors, man. And just look at the... That's weird that when I hide the UI, unfortunately, it stops what I'm doing. That kind of sucks. You know, I mean, I know the game very well. I've played WoW ever since 2004, so I've been around forever. But, yeah, I mean... I'm kind of a big fan of, like, for hunter pets, you know, just play what you know, do what you want, like, use the ones that you enjoy. They're, you know, the differences between the pets are fairly minimal. They're not as big as people try to make them out to be. You know, I've play tested, you know, damage-wise certain pets. You know, I mean, if you go to, you know, Petopia, it's going to tell you that a wolf is medium armor, medium health, medium damage, which is why I love wolves. But, you know, Furious Howl has its uses. It's good for taunt. It's a decent group buff. It's not super big, but you know, it just varies. Like, I don't really like tanky pets unless I would never really use a tanky pet unless I was doing some sort of a solo thing where I needed my pet to stay up a little bit longer because I was doing some sort of, like, you know, solo farming a boss in a dungeon or something by myself or something. That there may be a scenario where, like, a tanky pet might be useful. You played DK and Rathless Chain, cool. Yeah, I mean, this is what it would normally look like, right? This is what WoW would normally look like. This is what WoW looks like, right? But since I used Reshade, you know, I tweak it. You haven't played a hunter? Oh man, you want to see my melee hunter? I'm one of the few people that actually plays melee hunter, and I do like a hybrid melee hunter. You know, most people don't really understand melee hunter well enough, right? I mean, I can pull pretty much #1 DPS on a melee hunter. I mean, it really comes down to a lot of gearing and buffs and certain things, but... Alright. So currently what I'm using is a wolf. This is my wolf Grey Moon. But let's see. Let's see if we can find something to kill real quick. It's like the Scorpion. This is level... He's only level 40 though, so this would be like easy. Alright, send pet in. So what I do is I usually Serpent Sting and then just go in, right? We can turn my pet's growl off so that I can try to get threat. But my pet's already got threat, but I can pretty quickly switch threat. I use different macros and stuff to control my pet, like... So when I turn my pet's growl off with a macro, it actually turns on Cower. You can see down here, so Cower's currently on. This is Cower right... Actually, no, this pet doesn't have Cower, I'm sorry. This pet I haven't trained Cower. One of my other pets, but does, and that's what I would use to. What's the add-on? Yeah, the well, I want to make a melee hunter video guide because I don't think I've ever really truly seen a good one, and I understand the melee hunter probably better than most people. Let me switch my pet and I'll show you what I mean. So
Yeah, what do you want? Have a good one.
anyways, so if you came to this stream to watch my Protection Paladin, we'll be back on the Protection Paladin in a second. I just wanted to show which add-on are you talking about? The one that modifies the graphics? That's just Reshade. You can go to Reshade Me website. Here, Reshade. Shade.me. Alright, so here we can send my pet in. Right now my pet's got Cower turned on, so he's not really going to get threat. So I can easily like get threat away from my pet pretty easily. I should be able to anyway. There. Now I've got threat, right? Which as a melee hunter, threat's a good thing, right? I mean, because you're going to proc your Mongoose Bite, right?
Lovely. Lovely.
Alright. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, the melee hunter is all about gearing, though. You have to have the right gear to make it work. You have to understand what kind of buffs are going to make it really shine. There's certain buffs that can really push your melee hunter to the top, and one of those is your Frost Oil. Weapons-wise, a lot of people are going to go with like a slow two-hand weapon, but what you really want, honestly, is double flurry axes, because what I'm banking my damage off of a lot of times is proccing the additional swings, and then I have Crusader on both weapons so that I can proc. Oh, the action bars? You want to see the action bars? Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a minute. I want to proc the Crusader because you can double stack Crusader. So if both flurry axes proc Crusader, I can double stack Crusader. That's 200 additional melee attack. That's 200 extra power, right? Attack power. So, that's going to push my attack power, which right now is 514. That'll push it up to 714. And then you want to put Frost Oil on both weapons because you're going to proc, Yeah, like I said, I do use, if you weren't listening, this is called my hybrid melee hunter. And when I say hybrid, which I said already, but you weren't listening, with the hybrid melee hunter, I allow the use of stings, okay? So you can use Viper Sting, Serpent Sting, Scorpion Sting, but 99% of the time, the only thing you will ever see me use on my melee hunter is Serpent Sting. And usually I use it as a way just to start pulling. I use it as a way to pull mobs, but also Serpent Sting does a good amount of damage. So if you look at my damage breakout, you're going to see the Serpent Sting did 15% of the damage, right? It's also really useful. It's basically, the problem with melee hunter is that you're pretty gimped in vanilla. Like, you don't have a lot of tools for melee hunter. So I played melee hunter without Serpent Sting entirely. I played melee hunter without even a ranged weapon. And it worked. I still did okay, but I figured, how can I make melee hunter a little bit better while still making the character doing mostly predominantly melee? And I decided, well, let's let the character use Serpent Sting. Because if you look at Retail WoW, and you look at like Battle for Azeroth and later, and you look at the survival tree in Retail WoW, there's an ability called Poison Dart, which is something that survival hunters have in Retail, and you can actually, in Retail, equip a melee weapon, like a two-hand melee weapon, and not have a ranged weapon whatsoever. And that's your survival build. Like if you guys have played survival in Shadowlands or any of those later versions of World of Warcraft, and it's super amazing. The most fun spec in Retail WoW, and I don't even like Retail WoW much, really is survival. So in that case, if you look at the survival hunter in Retail that doesn't have a ranged weapon, the only weapon you have is like a staff. Your main damaging abilities are Mongoose Bite, Rapid Strike, but you also have Explosive Bomb, right? And you also have Poison Dart. So you're throwing these little darts at people, and you're also throwing like these explosive ranged bombs. So taking a clue or a tip from Retail, I decided, well, what can we do with the Vanilla Hunter to make it a little bit better and have a little bit more flexible and give me a little bit more damage and thus a little bit more viability? I decided, well, let's just let the Melee Hunter also use the stings, right? So I allow my Melee Hunter to use Serpent Sting, to use Viper Sting. But that's it, right? Oh, Jonas, I'm going back to the Paladin, sorry. We were talking about Melee Hunter really quick, and I just wanted to show a few things. Sorry, we're going back to the Paladin. Sorry. We just got a slight little deviation there. We are doing the Protection Paladin. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's all good. And I hate it when I do that. I do get sidetracked sometimes. But yeah, we're in Darkshore. We're leveling the Protection Paladin. Let's do it. Yeah, but I do want to make a melee hunter video guide. And in a way, I kind of don't want to make it. There's, the one thing about MMOs and making guides is sometimes you don't want to give out your secrets. You know what I mean? You don't want to like give out all your little secrets, although a lot of them aren't really big secrets. But there's a lot of people out there that really don't truly understand the melee hunter. Like they really don't understand the best way to get the damage out of it. And a lot of people, when they see that, when they know that I'm playing melee hunter, they laugh at me or they scoff at me or they're like, "Oh, you suck. That's so stupid. Why would you play a melee hunter?" But then I run like dungeons and I out DPS everybody, right? So trust me, melee hunter can do very well. Where melee hunter falls off is once you go to a raid scenario. Melee hunters don't do well in raids, and that would be something I'd have to really get better gear. I mean, if I had like Thunder Fury or something, I probably would do quite well in raids. How awesome would that be, though? Man. You're in hunter in training, yeah. So you can see just leveling up our fishing a little bit, maxed our cooking as well, right? Yeah, hunter can use pretty much every weapon except maces. I mean, you could use pole arms, stabs. That's why that's why there's the joke that every weapon's a hunter weapon, right? Yeah. You're not used to chatting on YouTube? Yeah, I don't like Twitch. I'm not a fan of Twitch, so I like YouTube streaming. Yeah, I love the dynamic cam. Dynamic cam is amazing. Now we're big Paladin. This is Era. Yeah, this is Era. Uh-huh. Yeah, you can see the dynamic cam. Gotta love it, right?
Lovely.
This is Deviate Delight, yes. Yeah, if you want to play on like a fresh server, like one that feels like a fresh server, Deviate Delight's the where to go because Blizzard's locked the server. You cannot transfer into this realm. You can't like export characters to this server. Transfers are locked, so they're trying to preserve like kind of like a feeling of fresh leveling from like level 1. So my character has a lot of good gear and good stuff because I've already leveled multiple characters. Like I've already leveled my 151. I've already got a priest like 21 on the horde side because I have 2 WoW accounts. On my horde side, I've got like a 32 priest and like a 22 or 24 shaman. So I was kind of bouncing around trying to figure out what I wanted to play, but I think I've kind of settled on the protection paladin, which is funny because if you look at my YouTube channel, if you go to my YouTube channel and just do a search for Protection Paladin, it's going to be pretty crazy, right? Just do a search for protection, and you're going to see hundreds, if not almost thousands, of videos of me playing Protection Paladin. So I have a very I have a ton of experience on Protection Paladins. I'm actually been playing Prot for a very long time. Lovely is I use MSBT for audio. So what Lovely really is if you go into my MSBT add-on and you go to my events, you're going to look at incoming player. If you look at melee dodges here, right, you're going to see here.
Lovely. So
what happens is every time I dodge attack, it's going to play this sound. And the reason I use that is it's useful for like warrior. Like if you dodge, you can overpower. Actually, is warrior dodge? I can't remember. But it's really useful mostly for the hunter. So when I'm trying to attack somebody, and when they're trying to hit me, and I dodge or something, it procs, like Raptor Strike. It just means that hey, Raptor Strike's available. For a paladin, it's not really useful for a paladin. I'm lazy and I don't turn it off. We could turn it off, but it doesn't bother me. I actually kind of like hearing it because it shows me. It's just as a paladin. My character is all about mitigation, like about parrying, dodging, blocking. So I actually like seeing, that's why a lot of times you'll see me. I don't know if for this particular character if I customize it, but I'll usually customize my text. So you can see here melee blocks. I've gone in and customized it to be like a purplish color. I'll even go in and customize the size, and stuff. Like on this one, let's see if we've got it. Melee blocks. And also make it sticky. So the blocks will pop up here on the left. And if you go to scroll areas, you're going to see them over here. And as I get higher up, it's really, really cool. It's really, really cool because you'll start seeing me blocking like a lot. Because eventually this character will be pulling like 10, 12 mobs at a time, and I'll be doing AoE leveling. And so it's really fun. You'll start seeing like blocks just spamming the screen here like over and over again. Yeah, it's good for rogues, warriors. But it's also good for. It's really good for warriors. It's also used for melee. I think I can't remember if melee if my hunter needs it. How do I proc over Mongoose Bite again? Is it when I dodge? I don't know, but it's usually for warrior that I use it on. Yeah, for warrior. Yeah, there's a lot of information there. Sorry. Well, here you can see the parry. Like on the left side of the screen, you see the parry block and. All right, it's useful. What's up, RJ? So what do we want to do? Let's just we need the crawl. Let's go ahead and finish the crawl legs really quick, and then we'll do I think Balshal around probably. Yeah, we got to go with I always went with this hairstyle, kind of like it's like a paladin, and you're kind of like this, holy, like devout follower of the faith, And I went with the short hair because it just reminded me of like the kind of like the scribe, you know what I mean? Like kind of like this, like you're a paladin, right? So you're all about your faith and you're all about being devout. So you don't care about your hairstyle. You're not trying to be like a supermodel. So you just cut your hair short because your devotion is to the Lord, our God. You see what I'm saying? See where I'm going with that? And also the guild is my guild, which is a guild called Faith. And unfortunately, we have the stupid, shitty old guild. But the guild is called Faith. It's actually the guild leader is my priest here, faith-driven. But all my characters, well, like my hunter's in it, my priest who's 21, and then, of course, my paladin. Yeah. Yeah, it looks alright. You don't like swimming in the game. Yeah, that's alright. Well, that was I should have waited to Hodge there. Yeah, I agree. The hairstyles don't look that great. I pretty much always use the same hairstyles because, there's about 5 different hairstyles. For humans, I either do the ponytail or I do the short hairstyle. That's about it. That's about the only hairstyles I go with, man. Yes, this is CuteFaith, a devout follower of her religion. And there you go. Here's her little RP for you. The worst part about Paladin and Vanilla is like the 5-minute buffs and like the 20-second seals. It's just like, really, you know, so brutal. Yes. Ah, that's all right. You got a new helmet that's covering up your hair? Oh, oh, we got the rare. We got the rare on us here.
You were screwed.
Damn, look at the damage.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Look at that Shadowclaw, the rare mob was over here, so gotta be careful of Mr. Senior Shadowclaw. He actually hits pretty hard, especially when he's level 13 and I'm only level, what am I, 12? I think I'm 12. Actually, no, I'm 13. Oh yeah, that's right, I just leveled. Shit. There's no reason to go for the rare.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
He doesn't really drop anything, so there's really no reason to kill him. I prefer to leave those out there for the hunters who might want to tame them. Really, the goal right now is just to get to Balshalaran. We're going to grab obviously any striders we see along the way, just so we can work on our strider meet quest, cookie quest. But really the goal right now is just to finish out the Balshalaran quest, finish out the Crawler Leg quest, and then we'll head back south. Not at 13. At 13 they don't really drop much, so it's not really worth it. Plus at 13 he actually hits pretty hard, so it's really just would slow down my leveling. You know, you kill him and then he's going to take so much damage off, you got to heal up, and it's just, again, it's just not really worth it. There's really not anything you're going to get from him. So I don't even think he drops a green. I think it's just like some sort of white. I think he drops like a white item, like maybe some white gloves or something. So we're not going to kill this guy because we're going to grab the quest first. So then now we can actually maybe get something for killing him. Oh, are you leaving us? You leaving close to the beach? You like about increased stress spawns? Yeah, I'm fine with the spawn rate the way they are. I'm okay with it. Okay, we got 2 more levels, and then we've got a new shield here. That might... And then we also have 15, we got some gloves. Then 18, we got the Razor Edge. Can't use Razor's Edge until we go to Ironforge. Don't learn how to use axes, though. So level 18, we are going to have to make a trip to Ironforge. But we're hoping to have this zone all complete before then. I mean, the thing is, you know, I've played Turtle WoW ever since the Turtle WoW first came out. I was one of the earliest people actually to stream Turtle WoW, way back in the day. And I like Turtle WoW. I think it's a great server. My only complaint with Turtle WoW was that it's on the 1.12 client, and then it's laggy. When you get a lot of people on the server, there's some lag, you know, which can be a little bit annoying. And the 1.12 client's always a little clunky, especially when you take, you know, macros into consideration. You know, macroing stuff up on that client's a little bit more annoying. As far as the Unreal Engine 5 integration, you know, being a software developer myself, I understand the difficulties of trying to integrate code that was meant for one game engine into another game engine. So there's definitely some hurdles there, and I'm pretty, what's the word? I have a lot of doubts about how well they'll be able to do it. I don't doubt that they can do it, but I have doubts that they'll be able to do it in a way that it really is going to run as smooth as we would all like it to run. Because the goal of any MMO client is that it runs very smooth, you know. So, you know, so I have my doubts that it'll be as good as I would want it to be. You know what I mean? As seamless, without any lag or without any kind of graphical issue, you know, glitches or any kind of issues. But having said all that, I certainly hope that they do it, and I hope it's great, because if it is, I'll be sure I'll be playing on it. You know, I've always wanted Blizzard to do a reskin of Vanilla WoW. You know what I mean? I've always wanted Blizzard to reskin the game.
Lovely.
I always thought that'd be like an easy win. Take Vanilla WoW and just put it on a more modern engine and make it look a lot better. A lot of people are against it because they like the. I think a lot of people think that the art style, that you would lose something with this kind of art style if you modernize it, but that's not true at all. And if you looked at Bellular's video the other day, he talked about it. And well, let's see, just really quick, I wanted to pull up. Let's see, Bellular Unreal Engine, and if you go here,
that's
and legacy, and then go to this. So this, because I was trying to remember the name of this game, and you go to Legacy, Steel and Sorcery. So this game was crafted by. This game here was made by some of the people that work on this are previous World of Warcraft devs, right? So Notorious Studios. But what I'm trying to get at is this is a more modern looking engine, right? Whatever they're using here, I don't know if it's Unreal Engine, but you can still make the graphics a lot better and still have a very stylized, if you want to say cartoony, I don't like to say cartoony, but a more stylized look. So this is what I would want to see in a more modernized version of World of Warcraft. You know, I would want to have a more detailed look. You know, and this, this is cool. You know, this looks nice. And it's still keeping it with a very stylized, look. You know. So, anyways. So yeah, so I've always wanted Blizzard to do a reskin of World of Warcraft. But yeah, well, if Turtle WoW can pull it off and it's seamless and the client runs great, I'll be very excited and I'll play it. I'll definitely play it. So I hope they do. I hope they do. They do it, and I hope it's successful. Because Blizzard should take note. Blizzard should have done this a long time ago. They should have upgraded the graphics a long time ago. But Blizzard's lazy. They always go for the easy win instead of trying to do something that's more innovative or a little bit more risky.
Lovely.
Yeah, the AI code guys, yeah, for sure. Whoops. I was trying to jump on that.
Lovely.
I was trying to jump on that structure. I slid right down the side. Nah, no worries. Just more mobs to kill down here anyway.
Lovely.
It took down my production web server of the application I work on at work. As far as I know, it was... I don't even know if it ever came back up today. So yeah, it definitely took down some of our applications. It is, yeah, retail WoW can be laggy sometimes. Thanks, Jonas. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yes, thank you. May the blessing of the RNG gods be with us. Night, man.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, like I said about with the melee hunter though. It's like I want to make a guy for melee hunters, but I kind of don't want to give away all my tips. You know. But we'll see. I'm sure it's inevitable. I mean, I've streamed melee hunter so much anyway that people could obviously just watch my streams and figure out how I like to run melee hunter. Lovely. Yeah, I've been using that for like I've been using that trigger for years, so I don't even notice it anymore. Like, you know what I mean? There was another person who used to come watch my streams. He always said it didn't sound like lovely. It sounded like what another word. What was it? I can't remember what it was. It wasn't lovely. It was something else, and I'm not going to be able to remember what it was. It was funny though. Whatever word he thought they were saying. I don't think melee hunters. Why would a melee hunter be a headache for a healer? Melee hunter. The way I play melee hunter, it's one of the most tanky classes in the dungeon, right? Like, it might be a headache in like a raid environment, but in like a 5-man, like LBRS, UBS, or whatever, melee hunter has incredible survivability, like super high on the survivability ladder. It could be a headache in that you're going to be doing a lot of damage with your traps, so you will be pulling threat. But the priest doesn't need to worry about that, or the healer doesn't really need to worry about that. You have feigned death. You can easily manage the damage yourself. The only time you're ever going to even come close to getting in trouble with a melee hunter is if you have a lot of casters obviously hitting you. You know, and again, you can still, there's things you can do to mitigate that. Obviously, you want to have the appropriate consumables. But you have a pet with taunt. You can easily have your pet taunt like somebody off you if you want, right? So you have a lot of ways to mitigate damage as a melee hunter.
Lovely.
I hardly ever I played hardcore on my melee hunter for months. I was doing LBRS, UBRS, Skolamons on a hardcore server on Skull Rock with a hardcore hunter, right? And I never came close to dying. Like, only once did I even come close to dying. Like, and that wasn't really even my fault. Like, if you go, let's see, videos. I don't know if I have it on here. Right, so here's my melee hunter on Skull Rock, which is a hardcore server, right?
Yep. Yeah, watch out for.
I don't know why this for whatever reason, this particular video rip I did, it's a little bit, it's not real smooth, and so I apologize for that.
Distract. I'm gonna distract.
Yeah, this video clip for some reason is a little bit, it's just choppy. It's not real smooth, so I apologize for that. So here we are in Skolamons, right? And we,
Extras.
Yep. Yeah, watch out for
distract.
backward.
I'm gonna distract.
right, so we end up getting additional mobs here that we don't want on this pool.
Jesus.
So this is a pretty big pool, and we're... The other thing you have to realize is that as a melee hunter, like, I have a really high, agility. So I have really high agility. So when I have aspect of the monkey up, which I pretty much do, like, all the time, my dodge rate on my melee hunter is like, it's close to 30%. I'm at almost 30% dodge rate. So So if I have melee mobs on me, I'm dodging so much stuff, right?
Healing everyone.
Distract's on cooldown, so if we can keep backing up.
Yep.
If he comes, I'm gonna blind.
I'm a full back up right here.
Oh, I got. He's coming.
He's coming.
Blind.
Right.
Can we get a frost trap or a shackle, maybe?
We're good.
And right here I say I can't do frost trap because it's on cooldown. Well, because feign death. I can't drop traps in combat, right? Yeah, I streamed it all the time. Yeah, I have tons of streams of me playing hardcore. But you can see here I'm waiting for the frost trap. He asked, "Can we do a frost trap?" And I said, "Well, you can't because I can't drop it in combat. My feign death is on cooldown, so it's going to come off cooldown. So you're going to see me you're going to see me walk up and do
We also have Forester on us.
and trap him. So he's in a frost trap now.
Healing everyone.
I'm an evasion tank Forester. Keep him off pig.
I'm low on mana.
So here you see the healer. Right here is very low on mana, like super low on mana. So pretty interesting. So watch the tank is Oats here and his health. He ends up dying on hardcore. My melee hunter never died, by the way, in hardcore. Would you say Hawk? No, you would never use Hawk because Hawk is ranged attack power. And I'm a melee hunter. I don't use ranged abilities, right?
I'm slept.
See you can see there as soon as my feign death came off of cooldown, I immediately ice trapped Patchwork again. Luckily, nobody hit him.
Slept again. Look out for those spectral
You can see the healer's low on health, the healer's low on mana, the tank is very low on health.
citizens.
And this is hardcore. Keep in mind, this is hardcore. If we die, we're done.
I don't have any mana.
Now look at the tank. The tank's almost dead. But again, you look at all of this and look at my health. My health is fine. Like, I'm not a drain on the healer whatsoever because I have the tools to keep myself up. I don't need help from the healer that much as a melee hunter. Melee hunter is very tanky.
Petri, or are you good?
No, I'm good. Chill dwelling.
We going, or what are we doing?
Oh, hold up.
What are we doing?
I think I took a mana pot there.
Okay, we're good.
Can't remember. I took some potion there. I think it was a mana pot. And now the healer's got a little bit of mana.
Down on
Okay.
him.
I think the other thing, if you notice here, I guess I don't know. I don't have Growl on. At one point I might have actually switched to actually turn my pet's Growl on just to taunt something off of the group, so the group's not taking so much damage. But
Stop DPS and patch. Okay. I can freeze patch.
you can see here I'm calling out. I'm saying I can freeze patch again if we want, right?
I'm gonna freeze patch.
Yeah, gun.
And so boom, I feign death and freeze him again. So this is the third time I've freezed Patchwork or the Patchwork aura.
I'm dancing. I'm
The
dancing.
other thing you have to realize too is since I'm a melee hunter, I'm spec'd into survival, and since I'm spec'd into survival, my traps have an additional like 30% duration. So my freeze trap, as you can see here, it still has 15 seconds left. So my trap duration is much longer than it would normally be for just like a marksman hunter, right? It's like a 20-second trap, right? So you can see there it's 18, but as soon as it hit him, it was 20 seconds. So it's 20-second CC. It's pretty good.
I'm dancing. I'm dancing with the spectral, so he's dancing. Someone dance.
When the spectral citizens come out, when you get these guys, if somebody in the party dances with the spectral citizen, he will not attack. He will just dance. So somebody's dancing with him, so the rest of the group can just kill him, and he doesn't attack. It's hilarious,
I
man.
told him a mode dance with a citizen, and he won't fight.
Okay, mana potion up. I'm gonna heal everyone.
Now Pig gets his mana potion up. He gets his, and then boom, group, group heal, and danger avoided, problem avoided. But this was a very, we could have easily wiped here. I mean, very easily we could have died here. The tank got down to about 15% health, so that was could have been tricky.
Nice. Aye. Got him.
Jesus Christ.
That kind of sounds like a nightmare crap.
Nah,
Oh my god.
that was fun, but that was fucking close too.
Yeah, so my point is the melee hunter though is extremely if you know how to play melee hunter, they have very, very good survivability and very, very good utility. So, and don't make me talk about melee hunter because you're gonna make me want to go play my melee hunter. I healed my pet I think one time during that fight just because I didn't want him to get too low. And retail? No, traps have you talking about retail? Right here. There you go. Increase the duration of freezing and frost trap effects by 30%, right? So 30% in vanilla, right? I don't know what it is in retail, but 30% is significant. I mean, increases your damage and your durations. Yeah. Yeah, my melee hunter here is level 51, so she's just building up some rest time while I level the protection paladin. But yeah, we'll get her to 60. And she's already geared out really, really well. I've already got really good gear on the melee hunter. I'm trying to think if there's anything I don't have my trinket yet. There's some trinkets I got to get, but.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Did you know that cost when you broke your promise? When your guns went off, they were coming down on us. I was in a gunfight.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
You were so but you were in sheep's clothing. Can a slave preach freedom? Can a captive take hold of what they believe in?
So as a hunter, you was considered playing a warrior. Now you're actually stoked for your melee. Well, I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, warriors are gonna do more damage than you. Like I said, melee hunter can work before raiding, but it takes some pretty significant gear. You know. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Because in retail your traps are a lot longer cooldown. Like in vanilla they're like 15 seconds, but in retail they're like, what are they? They're like 30 seconds or something? Like your cooldown of your traps? Yeah. You pretty much, like, if you want to be, and plus, well, but the cool thing though in retail though is you can trap while in combat, so, which is huge. One of the things that I would, you know, to make melee hunter work in vanilla WoW, which it wouldn't be that difficult to do, right? You just have to, there's just a few changes you need to make. A lot of people, I think, would, I don't know, some people disagree with me on the changes that I would make, but, you know. I mean, there would be something for Classic Plus. Like for Classic Plus, I definitely would basically add another, what I would do in Classic Plus is, one of the things I think would be really cool for Classic Plus would be to add a completely new talent tree for every spec. So every spec has 3 talent trees right now. If I was going to do Classic Plus, what I would do was I would actually create another one, or if you really wanted to go crazy, which I wouldn't probably want to do this because it might be too jarring for people, but I would just add another talent tree. And for the hunter, I would have survival, I would have, you know, marksman, you know, beast mastery, and then I would just add a melee hunter tree. And then for like priest, you could add some sort of a fully support tree that is not so much healing but more of like buffing, you know. And then for warrior, you could add, you know, some sort of like a berserker tree or something, you know, or, you know, it wouldn't be difficult to come up with different new talent trees for different classes. So that'd be something that'd be fun for Classic Plus. But did I get my item I was stalking? I don't think I did I? No, we didn't.
Lovely.
Somebody's gone through and killed all the guys I need. There he is.
Lovely.
This is always a hard jump to make. Oh, I made it. That's a tough jump to make. All right.
Lovely. Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye. Lovely. Lovely.
Alright. I'll see you. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you back in the Discord, probably.
Lovely.
honor.
Greetings.
You've been breathing fire in your sleep. I feel the heat. We are gonna see greater heights.
Yeah, 30-second. Yeah, that's... Yeah. The cool thing about vanilla is the traps are very fast, but the bad thing is you can't use them in combat.
Lovely.
Yeah, it definitely is not good.
Lovely.
What brings you here? I am honored.
Ishnu Allah. Peace be with you.
PvP in Classic is more fast than retail? I mean like people dying faster? Not sure I agree with that. I mean, their health pool's a lot smaller, so, but yeah, I mean, retail people die pretty fast, but there's so much healing and so much CC, so yeah. I don't care for retail WoW. I only liked retail for PvP. The only time I ever did anything retail WoW was PvP. Like Shadowlands, I love Survival Hunter in Shadowlands. It was fantastic. I love Survival Hunter in Battle for Azeroth. That's about it. It's about the only time I really played. The only thing I really did in retail was pretty much PvP Survival Hunter. Although I absolutely in early Shadowlands, Destruction Warlock was freaking so much fun. Destruction Warlock early Shadowlands was amazing. In fact, some of the most fun I've ever had on PvP and retail in WoW was Destruction Warlock in early Shadowlands. So much fun.
Lovely.
Oh, for the seal? Yeah, I can show you. I don't have a link for it, but...
Lovely.
So let's see. So like right now, the only seals I have for the Paladin, the only weak auras I have Blessing of Might, and I have Seal of Righteousness. It's pretty simple. You just go in and you're just creating a trigger 1. It's basically aura, unit, player, aura type buff, and then just it's spell name, just Seal of Righteousness. That's about it. And then if you want to make sure that it shows up when the aura is missing, but I mean I can certainly see export. If you want to go to the Discord server, I could probably just put it in there. So if you look at the stream description, there should be a link to the Discord, right? There. This should be a valid link. I think I did a never expire link. So here's a Discord link. I'm going to click on it myself. It says it may have expired. All right, so maybe it has expired. Let me go ahead and create a new one then. I thought I chose not to let it expire. To all in Cargos, it's such a pleasure. Okay, cool. Oh, you joined already? Oh, okay, cool. So let me go to chat. All right, I'll just put it in the chat section. Or wait. Can you message me? It'd be easier if I just private messaged you. You know what I mean? It's expired? Yeah. Here. Here, there. Use that one. That one should be up to date. Let me edit the stream. We'll put that in there. But I thought I'd created one that never expires. I swear that when you create it, it says, you say create link that never expires. I swear they still fucking expire. They still expire. All right. Yeah, but if you join the Discord, I'll see you, and then I can just message you. All right. Here, let's go. Seal of Righteousness. Export. Copy. Okay. Well, you haven't joined because it would have showed that you joined. So when you join, it should show. If you join and jump into the chat section. Oh, you sent me a message? Are you sure you sent me a message? Dude, I'm not seeing shit. Well, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know why it's not showing up, but I don't see it. Yeah, I have to. I should probably create some, maybe some paste bins or something for those, but. Are you sure you messaged me? Because, man, dude, I'm not getting shit. And normally it's instant. Like, if you PM me, it should show up, like, instantly.
Lovely.
I mean, I can paste it in chat. I don't know, like, yeah, see, there's a limit. I can't paste it. It's too long. Yeah, I don't know why you're, dude. I don't know why I didn't. Here, I'll tell you what. What I'll do is, if you're in there, I'll put it in here. Hold on a second. I'll put it in the chat. There, look. There it is, right there. If you go in, if you can get into the Discord, just go in and copy this out. All right, copy that out. That's it. That's that one, right? So it's in the Discord. So if you access the Discord, you can grab it. But yeah, that's all it is. It just shows up. You know, it's it's useful. It's not like, it's, I also use it for the Blessing of Might, and it's basically the same thing. The only difference between the Blessing of Might and the only difference between the Blessing of Might and the Seal of Righteousness is that for the Blessing of Might, for the animations, I'm not using, in the middle section here, I've got none. Like, we're doing the slide to right and slide to left, which is how it comes in and out. So like, let's like if I throw up Blessing of Might, now when I get rid of it, you're going to see it slides in, saying that it's not there. Now when I buff it, it slides out to the left. So those are animations. So the only reason this bounces is because of just the default animations you can do. You can do a start, finish animation, and then you can do a main one that just, it's up all the time. There's like preset ones, like bounce is the one that I use, which is just useful because it just draws your eye to it, makes it more visible, and you're like, oh shit, my seal's not up. So it is useful. Oh no! Why did you join the Cargos community? Did I give you the wrong link? I know I didn't. Maybe I gave you the wrong link. Hold on a second. Is that my bad? Here. Yeah, here. Did I give you the wrong one? I think I gave you the wrong. I'm sorry. I probably was on the wrong Discord. I have too many Discord servers, man. That should be the right one. Yeah. I'm caffeine injected, so yeah, if you PM caffeine injected, you know.
Lovely.
Yeah, see, there you are. There you go. Nope, not that. Hold on a second. Message. But you got it. Like, but here, if we went in here and we went copied all this out. Copy. We can spam you with it. There you go. Oh, you sent one to Cargos? That's cool. Yeah, you can just delete the one you sent to Cargos. Yeah, no problem. But that's your basic just buff weak aura. So you can use that to track any... You know, you can use that to track like any weak aura that's missing, you know, if you want to track any weak aura. And who was it? Somebody else was asking about my minimalistic bartender, right? So the bar at the bottom, the reason my bars at the bottom is so small is because I'm using bartender. So you just use the add-on bartender and you can configure that.
Lovely.
They're being stingy with the Thresher Eye, which happens sometimes.
roleplay.
Mm. I should have got a fire weapon enchant. This leveling would go so much faster if I had it, right? Anyways, I'm gonna take a break, guys. I go to the bathroom. I'll be back in like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. I want to get something to eat too. I'll catch you back then.
I seek you out, flay you alive. One more word and you won't survive. And I'm not scared of your stolen power. See right through you any hour. I won't soothe your pain. I won't ease your strain. You'll be waiting in vain. I got nothing for you to gain. I'm taking it slow, feeding my flame, shoveling the cards of your game, and just in time, in the right place, suddenly I will play my ace. I won't soothe your pain. I won't ease your strain. You'll be waiting in vain. to the doctor. Cover me with holy water, cleanse me with fire. 'Cause I am the prodigal daughter. I have been all the way down. Was a dead woman walking. You don't go looking for the truth until you've heard the devil talking. Now I'm making a living, crashing the algorithm. Flip the pillow to
Hey there.
the cool side.
Lovely. 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 You can kiss your ass goodbye. can kiss your ass goodbye.
Snowflakes are falling in Monroe. Torrens and Mogor all dressed like gnomes. From Barrens to Elwyn to Silver Pine, there's just one thing on our minds. With every zone, with every quest, I hope you'll make it with no deaths. 'Cause it won't feel like Christmas without fresh. Buffing each other with mistletoe, gingerbread cookies with milk that's ice cold, and Stormwind is covered in Christmas lights. This is the game of our time, and every zone is packed with players all dinging, just watching all that old vanilla it's singing, as a rock is filled with holiday cheer. Christmas in Westfall this
Lovely.
year. With every zone, with every quest, I hope you'll make it with no deaths. 'Cause it won't feel like Christmas without fresh. With every zone, with every quest, I hope you'll make it with no deaths. 'Cause baby, it's
Lovely.
classic hardcore Christmas fresh.
Lovely. Lovely.
This guy's so weird. This guy said he could do fiery enchant, and then he disconnected. He, like, completely, his computer crashed. And Subsetter tried to trade with the guy, and he's standing here, but he wasn't there because his computer crashed. So I come back in, and now he's back, and I whisper and say, "Can you do fiery now?" And he doesn't even respond, so whatever. What a weirdo. I wish my priest could do fiery, but she's not high enough level yet. Oh, now he's gonna get in a group with me. Let's see, where is he? Okay, so this person's getting enchantments. Just gonna do this crappy low-level weapon. We'll give him, like, I don't know, 3 gold. Not 33 gold, that's too much, 3 gold. There we go, thank you. Alright, thank you. Alright, so now we got fiery. So this will really help. I mean, even though it's just a level 13 weapon, the fiery is so strong. This will definitely help Cute level up. It's funny, like, you can actually... 3 gold is rich. Man, I used to tip, like, on the hardcore server, I used to tip a lot more money than that for enchantments. I think I tipped like 5 gold per enchant. But you know, I had a lot more money on that server because it was easy to make money. Anyways, so fire enchant. That's good. So it'll really help this character. It would have been nice to put on like a blue sword, but honestly, it doesn't. Oh, this is Tenori. It doesn't really matter that much. The fiery is so strong. You can put it on like a level 5 green sword and literally use that for until you're like probably almost mid-20s, just because of how strong fiery is. But we'll test it out. We have a level 18 blue axe here.
Lovely.
That my priest enchanted with +3 weapon damage. So once I get to 18, we'll go to Ironforge and we'll weapon swap between that and the fiery, the level 14 fiery sword, level 13 fiery sword actually. And we'll see which one does do more damage. I'm gonna guess that the fiery will probably still do more damage. It'll be interesting to see. It's better off if you can get fiery like on a level 1 sword, because you put a level 1 sword on a paladin with fiery and it's really going to help them level. I just killed that mob and I didn't actually hit the ore. And it'll help you level, you know, and then you can use that level 1 sword for at least, you know, at least until you're like level 15 or 20 or something. At least 15. But we'll see how long we can use it. Expensive though. the reasons for that enchantment were 5, 10, 50, like 20 gold. It was like 20 gold for that enchantment, so it's not cheap. Actually, I think 25 gold. I think I had one fiery. Yeah, it was expensive. Shit's expensive. Ugh. Is that a fledgling? Is he stuck in the tree? Yeah, he is. Let me check my Bitcoin. Oh my god, it's still going. How is it? Yeah, it's still doing good. Yes, Bitcoin has gone up. Wow, 15.28% this week. That's awfully good. It's actually really good. And it should go up even more next week.
I am honored.
You are honored. It's a warrior. Thought it was a paladin. I just don't. Oh, did I just use a healing potion? I think I did by accident. I hit the wrong keybind. Damn it. This is blue healing potion. Oh well. I'm sure I got more in my mailbox. Is this guy taking out 3 mobs? Is he gonna die? Nah, he's fine. I don't see Anaya yet. But we are keeping an eye out for her. So far, no luck. Make sure my macro updated. Yeah, it did.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Hey Looney, what's up, man? Well, that is 12:35. It is morning. I'm probably gonna go to bed pretty soon, maybe in like half an hour or something. Just so I can get some energy up, so I can finish out. Get this Paladin to 60 tomorrow. I'm kidding, of course. I wish I could get to 60 tomorrow. That'd be cool. But that's alright. We're happy doing the grind. Still need to get a Skullflame shield. I haven't seen any in the auction house. We also need a Flurry Axe though, so I don't know. You didn't miss much, just leveling the Protection Paladin. The grind is real. Currently level 14. Nah, Hunter's on hiatus, building up rest time. You know I love my Protection Paladins.
Lovely.
What is this song? Don't like it.
Lovely.
Oh yeah? Well, you know I like Trump a lot more than Biden, so I'm actually really happy that they tried and didn't get him.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Because now Trump is pretty much an automatic win for the presidency now. The funny part is people like to hate on Trump, but Biden's, you know, check this out. So if you look, what did unprecedented economic boom during Trump's administration, right? Before the China virus invaded our shores, we built the world's most prosperous country. So basically, America gained 7 million jobs. Middle-class families increased their income, right? The unemployment rate reached 3.5%, the lowest in half a century. Achieved 40 months in a row of more job openings than job hirings. More Americans reported being employed than ever before. Jobless claim hit nearly a 50-year low. Number of people claiming unemployment. Delivered a future of greater. Then unemployment rates for African Americans, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at, like, now this looks like the Trump, though. This is, like, from Trump. We need a better one. It's not Trump affiliated. But if you look at, well, people like to hate on Trump because the fact that he's like kind of a crazy, he's kind of crazy, man. But if you look at what he actually did some good. He did some bad too. I'm not going to say he's all good, but he did some good. And as soon as Biden came in, what happened? The United States economy just freaking, like, the interest rates just went through the roof. Inflation went through the roof, right? And what really hurt Trump, though, was COVID. Like, the Trump administration was doing really well until COVID landed. And of course, COVID was bad for every country. So it was a very difficult thing to really mitigate, to manage. It was not easy for anybody. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much pro-Trump. I'm definitely pro-Trump, He's got some flaws, but he's a heck of a lot better than Biden. And he's a lot better for crypto, and I'm a big fan of cryptocurrency, so, Yeah, well, inflation went through the roof with Biden, man. Yeah, but Biden didn't do anything to help. He didn't do anything to help. Biden didn't try to lower rates. He didn't try to, to work with foreign countries to, get gas prices down. Trump actually did stuff to actually lower the price of gas. The price of gas was at an all-time low during the Trump administration. Trump also renegotiated a lot of the contracts with foreign powers, right? Trump went to China and actually renegotiated. Now, not all, the stuff he came up with China didn't really, I don't think it really panned out the way he wanted it to pan out, but that was because he wasn't president any longer. If Trump had got reelected, there's a possibility some of the stuff we did with China might have worked out, and China and the United States have always been at each other's throats for a very long time, and Trump actually did a lot of good. He tried to basically reignite communication with a lot of different foreign powers, which, Biden didn't do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, whatever. I don't want to argue about it. I don't like to argue about politics. But the fact of the matter is, I'd rather have Trump as a president than some freaking geriatric guy who looks like who can't walk up a flight of stairs and who can't even complete a sentence, right? I mean, Biden was never a president. He was a lame duck. Biden was never in control of the government, right? And that could be said of almost any president to a certain degree because of the way Congress works and the way our government works. But yeah, I mean, I would much rather have Trump than Biden. So I think he will step down. Yeah, I think Biden will step down. I'm gonna say 90% chance that Biden definitely steps down. He almost has to. I don't think he wants to, but I almost has to. I mean, people aren't giving him money anymore. People that were supporting Biden don't even want Biden to win anymore because they realize he's too old. He has too many mental issues. The guy should be in a freaking, The guy literally should be in a nursing home. That's how bad he is right now. Yeah, I know, it's bad, man.
My goods are of the highest quality.
Is that buying one equip? Yeah. Oh my goodness. The junk that I've collected in my inventory here is really bad. Holy crap.
Till next we meet.
I've really collected a lot of junk. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Did you look at Bitcoin, Looney? Bitcoin price leapt 60,500 on Monday after trading below 59,000 before the assassination attempt. The jump pushed Bitcoin back above its 200-day moving average, right? But if you look, Bitcoin rose like, $3,500 after Trump was a stat state. But even more interesting is if you look at in the last 5 days, Bitcoin's gone up 2.94%. And if you look at, let's see, what is today? Today's the 20th. If you go to here, so if you go to the past week, Bitcoin's gone up 15%, right? 15% in the past week. I don't know why you hate Bitcoin. Bitcoin's one of the greatest things ever invented. I don't know how you could hate Bitcoin. Like, if you hate Bitcoin, you don't understand how good Bitcoin is. Anybody who hates Bitcoin doesn't really understand what Bitcoin really is. Bitcoin is freaking financial freedom, man. You know how everybody was hit by the MSN, by the Microsoft, not MSN, but Microsoft. The Microsoft outage today, right? So Microsoft outage and CrowdStrike outage, right? Like, basically causes the largest IT outage in history. Okay? Now these are centralized systems, right? Centralized systems, right? What decentralized system has never gone out? What decentralized system has never gone down? Bitcoin's never been inaccessible. Bitcoin's never gone down because it's a decentralized blockchain network, right? So it's so much more like secure than think about like all the banks. Think about all the banks and people who like are running on Microsoft systems and stuff who had outages today. Think about the planes who couldn't even who had to be landed because of the outage, Bitcoin didn't go down. You know what I mean? I could I could pull up my phone and buy and sell Bitcoin today without an issue, but now, there's definitely, I think eventually what we'll see is we'll probably see we're going to have to see some technology eventually that allows us to interact with our Bitcoin. It's going to have to allow us to interact with the blockchain more directly. I mean, I've got my crypto cold storage wallet. Hey, what's up, Cargos, man? Dude, I haven't seen you come to my stream in a while. Good to see you, Cargos. But yeah, it's a good thing. Bitcoin's a good thing, but yeah, I wanted to go play some Black Desert because I was getting a little bit burned out on WoW. Not so much burned out on WoW because I never really get burned out on WoW. I mean, I do a little bit. What appeals to me most about Protection Paladin? I think I love how tanky Protection Paladin is. I love being able to like go into like a dungeon and pull like 10, 12 mobs, and not have an issue. I love going in. I love being at like level 50, being able to go to Sorrow Hill in the Eastern Plague Lands, and I can literally just AoE level from 50 all the way to 60 and not even have to go anywhere else. I can just sit there and kill them nonstop. I can pull like 12, 13, 14 skeletons and just kill them all. I love it. I love how tanky they are. I don't know. I mean, I like any class that's a hybrid class, and when I say that, I mean any class that can heal, tank, and DPS. And a paladin can heal, tank, and DPS just like a druid can. So those classes always appeal to me. I love classes that have the ability to heal themselves. So any class that has a heal, it always is kind of appeals to me. That's why I love priests a lot. My favorite classes are hunter, priest, paladin, probably. I like hunters because hunters can Cargos. Hunters can do a lot. I mean, my melee hunter is like insane. My melee hunter. I think I was talking about that just earlier. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel, if you look at, I leveled a melee hunter on hardcore servers on Skull Rock, right? And someone earlier was in the channel saying that, oh, melee hunter, you must be like a bad thing for healers. I'm like, no, that's not true, right? Like, if you're looking at a melee hunter, here I am in Skull Rock on my melee hunter, right? And I'm only pulling number 3 DPS, but I think that was mostly because we had a mage, we had a rogue, but normally I out DPS this rogue. But
got extras. Yep.
Like here in Skolomots, we end up with a bad pull, and this is hardcore, so we could have died, right? I mean, we could have easily died. But the melee hunter doesn't cause any drain on a healer usually, because you're running, aspect of the monkey all the time. My dodge rate here on this melee hunter is probably like, around 30%. You know, so melee-wise, I'm dodging a shit ton of stuff. Because you're basically melee, because you're survival, you've got increased trap duration by 30%. So when I trap stuff, it's going to be like a 20-second CC. Obviously you have feigned death, you've got kiting, you've got your pet, you have a lot of options. And if you look at this bad pull that we have here in Skolomonts on a hardcore server, if you look at everybody's health dropping, you don't see my health dropping. Even though I'm feign deathing and dropping like explosive traps, doing AoE damage to like all these mobs, it doesn't really matter because I can easily like refeign death to drop threat. I can disengage. I can use my pet if I have to. If some mob runs at the healer, I can turn my pet's taunt on very easily with my macro and send him at that mob. There's a lot of flexibility. There's the solo flexibility like Cargos was doing when he's grinding his epic chain piece out of the Ring of Law and BRD. So there's all kinds of really cool stuff. But the Paladin's really cool too. And I've played Paladin for a really, really, really long time. Like if you go to my YouTube channel, just do a search for Protection Paladin, right? You're going to see hundreds, if not almost thousands of videos of me playing, Protection Paladin. But I think the AoE aspect of the Protection Paladin is always something that's really appealed to me for some reason. Like here you can see I'm level 45, and I'm in the hinterlands, right? And this video is from like, this might even be a private server. This is from 6 years ago, right? And you can see my UI is kind of whack, but it looks like I was engineering. I see the death ray there. But, you can easily pull, I'm pulling like 1, 2, 3, I got like 5 mobs on me here. Look at that. And like no mana. 5 mobs. Like my mana was like 9%. I'm not worried. I mean, this guy's like, 60% health, 60% health, 60%. This guy's like 90% health. I like got 6% mana, 67% health, and I'm not even worried. That's what I like about Protection Paladin. Like the survivability aspect of it. It's like no fear. You know what I mean? I'm not even worried here.
Use the next bit of mana for my Seal of Insight. I could use some, it'd be nice to have some more mana pots. I need to get my druid up higher level so she could start crafting those for me.
Yeah, 50% health.
He's down.
Most people that would be playing like a class, hey, what's up, Rami? No, I'll show you the weather graphics better, but most people would be like worried here. Like, oh, 40% health, look at these guys, they'd be worried. I'm not worried.
13 seconds on Insight.
I'm even like, you can see even in my mind, I'm monitoring like here, I just said 13 seconds on Insight. I'm actually taking note of what buffs I have up when they're dropping, so I know when to refresh. I know like how much mana. The thing is with Protection Paladin, you have to play Protection Paladin a long time until you get to the point where you know exactly how to handle every single pull. Like if the pull has 5 mobs, you know what to do. If it has 6, you know what to do. If it has 7, if you get up to like 12, you know like the different tactics that it takes to successfully navigate pulls based on their size, which is not something that you're going to learn right away. That's something that takes time. And I already know that here. So that's why I'm just like so calm,
So you can see we've only done about 0.25 bar, 0.25 bay bar.
So I think that's one of the things about Protection that I just really like. There's just a lot of there's nuances that aren't hard to see. A lot of people look at it and don't think much about it, but you don't really know the Protection Paladin, really know it until you play it, I think, a long time. I think it takes a while. And you have to play it in a situation where the shit hits the fan. You got to be in BRD. You got to be in LBRS. When the shit hits the fan, you've got to handle like bad pulls, and those are the situations. That goes for any class. That goes for any class because you got to learn what to do. How do you handle when the shit hits the fan? It's always And another thing you want to do with the Protection Paladin is you want to force yourself into bad situations. It's really important for hardcore as well because if you're like doing hardcore, you got to understand like when do I need to run? When do I need to use a potion? What are the situations that require me to do different things? And the best way to learn how to do that is to purposely put yourself into shitty situations. Do it on purpose so that you get used to understanding what you need to do when the shit does hit the fan. Way more important for hardcore than it is for regular, but still, it'll make you a better player. Hardcore makes everybody a better player. Cargos can tell you that. Just playing hardcore is going to make you a better player. Now, the reason the graphics look a lot better is just because of reshade, right? So, I'm running reshade. So if you look at the reshade add-on, if I basically disable reshade, this is what WoW would normally look like. So it's not going to look as good. It's not it's not going to be as crisp. The colors they're a lot more flat, and of course the detail in the textures is going to be a lot more smoothed out. So you don't have the sharpness. So, right. And this is my favorite zone. I was talking about Cargos doing his videos, walking through different zones, talking about what he likes about the zones, and like this is my favorite zone in World of Warcraft. I love Darkshore. I just think it's an absolutely beautiful zone. The lighting, the colors, the textures. You can see the difference. I mean, it's absolutely a massive difference, right? But yeah, I love Darkshore, man. There's always like multiple moons, and I think that just the water, the beach, the colors, everything about it. Darkshore, I just love it. But anyways, what are we doing? Who are we? Where are we? Like getting sidetracked. Now my inventory is a total cluster, but then my inventory is always a cluster. Let's get rid of all this stuff. We can always bring it back when we need it. Yeah, but the thing too, I don't know if Cargos is still there, but Cargos, like, every time I tried to step away from WoW, when I heard you playing this server, just like your enthusiasm for the game, because I have that same enthusiasm where I get super excited. I love World of Warcraft. I've always loved World of Warcraft. But your enthusiasm for the game is what brought me back, to be honest. Like, you started talking about those zone videos and how much you love the way the world looks and stuff like that. That's one of the things that made me want to come back and play. Because the one thing that was really kind of turning me off about this server was there was a lot of toxicity in the community. There are a lot of boneheads and idiots, to be honest, in the WoW community. But that goes for like every server. I mean, that could be like, you could say that about almost any server. But there was a lot of kind of shenanigans going on here that I just thought was kind of ridiculous. I was like, this is stupid, silly shit, which kind of pushed me away a little bit. But then I went into BDO, and I'm just like, holy fuck, BDO is so. There's just so much shit going on. I'm like, do I really want to take the time to get back into BDO? And then I saw Cargos doing a couple videos, and I was like, man, these zones look awesome and wild to me. I think one of the cool things about World of Warcraft is you can always pick it right back up. You can always go, where am I going? You can always pick up WoW and just jump right back into the game because it's not too complicated. You know what I mean? Yeah, the server is like, my main application that I work on at work was down all day today because of CrowdStrike. Yeah, it was down all day. You know, and, a lot of our systems, since obviously we use a lot of Microsoft machines at my office, a lot of our systems were down. I wasn't in the office today. I was remote. I'm pretty much always remote, you know that. But, yeah, a lot of our shit was down. But I still was able to work. One of my team members' computer got, I don't want to say fried, but it definitely kind of was messed up by CrowdStrike. So, oh shit, we forgot, guys. I actually I did a fiery enchant on a really crappy green sweat sword just because it'll really help this paladin level. So I think it's in the mailbox. Let's go grab that. If you can, and I know Cargos had this on his Sham as well. If you can get yourself like, if you're like a level 1 character, you can get fiery enchant on a weapon. Do it, especially on a paladin, because paladin you're just auto attacking your way through the first like 40 levels. I mean, it's pretty brutal. So getting like a fiery enchant can be a huge help. So if you can afford it. Yeah, but protection, I think. Yeah, protection. I love how tanky Prod is. I love the AOE capability. I tend to gravitate towards classes that most people don't like to play. If there's a class that has like, I don't know, this is just the scrolls I sent over. If there's a class that people say isn't as good as something else, I tend to gravitate towards those classes. I don't like to do the classes that are the overpowered ones, the ones that everybody plays. That's just not me. I don't want to do, because to me that's the easy thing. Why would I want to play a warrior tank? That's like what everybody else is going to play. That's like the de facto best tank in vanilla. So why would I play that? I'd rather play a protection or maybe a druid or something that's not considered the best. And if it's up to me, I'm always going to choose the worst. If you had a tier list for classes in vanilla, you're probably going to see me go for the classes that are more near the bottom of the tier list, just because it's more of a challenge. It's like, well, how can I make this work? You know, that's what intrigues me. That's what gets me excited. You know, that's why I play Melee Hunter. People are like, what the fuck, Melee Hunter? You know, and then I do Melee Hunter, and then I do this, right? I play Melee Hunter, and this is the damage I pull on Melee Hunter, right? I mean, here, look. In this ZF run, I had a mage in this group who was the same level as me. I had a rogue in this group that was the same level as me, but who did the most damage? I did. On a Melee Hunter, right? So that shit makes me laugh, man. Alright, let's turn these quests in, and then we'll do the underwater quest. We'll grab some of the beach sea creature quest, and we'll take out these guys. And if we get, I don't know if we're high enough in the level to do the, oh, we didn't pick up the other quest anyway. We can't do the Moonstalkers until we turn the other one in. Let's turn the other quest in first so we can do the Moonstalkers. No, never. Let's do the Valsharon. We're here. Let's just go turn that in real quick. I need to hit the trainer, but when you're in the human area, not the human area, sorry, the Night Elf area, there's no Paladin trainers, so you have to understand where there is a Paladin trainer, and the only Paladin trainer, the closest one is Theramore Island, so if we need to hit the Paladin trainer, that's where we'll go. But we're okay for now. I mean, really, at level, even at level 16, it's not a huge deal. I mean, we can get, well, Retribution Aura, so that is big. So at 16, we'll definitely want to hit the trainer. Alright, let's turn in our quest so we can pick up the next one, and then we'll do the beach sea creature. And then we'll hit the underwater, maybe. Yeah, but on Skull Rock when I was playing my Melee Hunter, I consistently out DPS rogues. And that was pretty impressive. It took a while before the rogues could actually out DPS me. And it would be cool to get like a Melee Hunter with like Thunder Fury or something. That would just be freaking hilarious. Do we want to do, yeah, let's do the underwater. Let's get this one out of the way. Yeah, but kudos to Cargos. Cargos is the one who always gets me. I think he's the one who gets me playing back into WoW probably more than anybody. Because I do try to... There are times when I get tired of World of Warcraft, and it's not because I get tired of the... You know, I love the game. It's more because it's hard to find good people in the community, I think. You know, it's tough. You know, to find, like, people that you just know are good people that just love the game, you know? But Cargos is one of those people. It's just a good person who loves the game. Just like me. Just like me. Imagine that. There aren't, you know, there's a lot of people that know how to play Protection Paladin, I think. But
Lovely.
Pelosi? Pelosi? Who is Pelosi? You think about the... Is that like, what's her name? Pelosi. Is that the politician? Oh, Nancy. Yeah. It's got to be Nancy, right? We're not going to talk about politics anymore. Yeah, I know who she is. I know who she is. But we're not going to talk about politics anymore. We're done with that shit. So. I was going to say, there's a lot of people that play Protection Paladin, but there aren't a lot of people... I haven't witnessed a lot of people personally that when I watch them play Prot that I'm, and I don't want this to come off sounding like arrogant, but I'm not super impressed by their play. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, they're okay. You know what I mean? There was some Protection Paladins on Skullrock that had some amazing gear, gear that I would like to have had, but it was a lot of raid gear, so. Like when you're doing Protection Paladin on vanilla, you definitely have to get the tier 0.5 upgrades because the Soul Forge gear, like the problem with Protection Paladin, or not really the problem, but what you need on Protection Paladin is you need more mana and you need spell power. And the cool thing about that gear is it gives you that, you know?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Because you're getting, the Soul Forge gear gives you what you need, you know, as a Protection Paladin to excel. So, the stats on it are really good.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't want to kiss my ass goodbye. Yeah, let's just heal myself a little bit.
You were screwed.
Yeah, you just run that way, and I'll run this way. All right, so that quest is done, right? Yeah, we've got 1, 2. All right, Moonstalker Fangs. Alright, we're in the pipe. 5x5. Let's grind some rapid. So now we're going to do the bears. We're going to do the bears and we're going to do the Moonstalkers. We don't really need this bear, but we're going to kill him anyway. Oh, yeah. Everybody's coming to the party. Everybody's welcome. You're all welcome. Oh, the knockdown.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
They don't like the water. They do not like the water. That's fine. Stamina. We don't need protection. Protection's kind of both. We don't really need it. Intellect, sure. And we don't have a strength, do we? Yeah, we do. We don't need that. So we should send those scrolls back.
Lovely.
Don't really need protection or strength scrolls. So let's get rid of those. Kind of a waste. I think I've always liked the kind of like the RP aspect of the Paladin, like the Holy Warrior thing. Like it goes all the way back to like the other thing too that I love about Paladin is I love any class that has like sword and board. I'm a big sword and board person. I love shields. I love the ability to block and attack. I like that about the mitigation, of blocking is something I've always liked. And it goes all the way back to when I played Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid. I always loved I always loved paladins in D&D. The lawful good paladin with the sword, the shield. I always gravitated towards that. And even a lot of like other video games that I played, whether it was like, I don't know, Tekken or whatever game, where they had like a character with a shield. I always liked having that kind of style of gameplay. And it's unfortunate though, really, that in World of Warcraft, tanks are really not utilized as well as they could be utilized. Like there's other games like, for example, like Guild Wars 2 or Rift, where you can have a class that has a shield that still can excel in PvP, that still can excel as a DPS class. Even though they have a shield, they still can do damage. They still can be really good in DPS. WoW doesn't really do that. You don't see a lot of classes running around in World of Warcraft with a shield topping the damage meters, and that's unfortunate. That's really, in my opinion, a missed opportunity. Same thing with PvP. Like there's a lot of, Guild Wars 2 is a great example of, you can run around a shield in Guild Wars 2, and it's fantastic for PvP. Right? It gives you the ability to like mitigate damage, gives you the ability to do interrupts. Also, if you ever played, if you ever got a chance to play, what's that other game? I'm blanking.
Lovely.
Here, hold on a second. I'll pull it up. Elion is the game I'm thinking of. If you ever got a chance to play Elion, the shield gameplay of the Warlord in Elion is super awesome. It's like amazing, right? Let's see if I can pull up some clips of it on my own channel here. So right here you have basically a class in Elion, that utilizes the shield, but the shield is just, it's so cool what you can do with the shield. In Elion, there's actually more, I love that. There's actually a private server. If you guys ever want to play Elion, there's a private server out there that's pretty good. But just look at my bar here, right? You've got 1 shield ability, 2 shield abilities, 3 shield abilities. I think that's not even another one. 4 shield abilities. There's more shield attacks and abilities in Elion than any other game I've ever seen where a character has a shield. But really, really cool, super fun gameplay. So, big fan. It's too bad that Elion had probably the worst quest system of any game I've ever played. It was so bad. They'd be like, go to a zone. There'd be one NPC that gives you all the quests. No joke, one NPC. You would just go to a zone, and it was the quest NPC. Go to like the hub. Talk to the quest NPC, grab all your quests, do your quests, turn them in, then grind mobs for about a level or 2, and then go to the next hub and like rinse and repeat. That's all it was. That was literally what it was. It was so stupid. It's too bad though that, man, the combat in Elion is just fantastic actually.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye. Lovely. You were screwed. Lovely. You were screwed.
Don't knock me down.
You were screwed.
Like, don't knock me down. Oh, man. Shit. I don't think we're gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna make it. Maybe we will. Here, let's see. Oh, we might. He doesn't knock me down. The the chance that like I didn't get any knockdowns during those holy lights, that was actually incredibly lucky. Like normally in that situation you'd probably die just because you'd get too many knockdowns, but I got really lucky in that situation. I was being lazy. I could have ran away and reset, but I didn't want to. I was like, I don't want to run. I'm sick of running. Screw you bears, man. Yeah, but I guess I hit level 15. I didn't even realize. I guess I was kind of yakking. We do have some upgrades at level 15. We've got an upgraded shield. And we've got an upgraded, some gloves here. So let's go ahead, equip our new shield. Equip our gloves. Every time we equip a new shield, excuse me, we have to update our macro here. This one. That way, if we have like a fishing pole or something equipped, we can easily swap that back. Eventually, we'll get a two-hand weapon. We don't have a two-hand weapon right now, but eventually, we will be weapon swapping between a two-hand and a one-hand, a sword and board, and a two-hand, just because it comes in handy, especially against high armor targets. If you have a high armor target later on, you're going to want to use a two-hand weapon. It's just going to work out. It's going to be better for you unless you've got a really, really good one-hand weapon, like say it's got like fiery enchant or something, or it's just got a high-level enchant on it. Of course, we're going to need life stealing eventually, so we got to find a enchanter that does life stealing. I've always said that the best thing to have would be probably three flurry axes, one enchanted with life stealing, one enchanted with probably I don't know if I want to say Crusader. I would definitely say life stealing, and I would say probably Fiery Blaze, not Fiery Blaze, but the Badlands enchant. The Badlands enchant that does the AoE fire. I would actually put that on a flurry axe, and then your third flurry axe would probably be, which is the one that generates the most threat? I think it's actually life stealing is probably your biggest threat generation one for your flurry axe, just because life stealing heals you by actually doing shadow damage. So when you're healing yourself with life stealing, you're actually doing damage to the target, which generates threat. And plus, when you're healing yourself, that also has a threat aspect to it. So it's kind of like double threat: a threat of the damage and a threat of the heal. So life stealing is going to be your best threat enchant, believe it or not. The other one, the other best one, is the one that's going to be the best for like raiding or kind of more difficult stuff is going to be spell power. You're going to want spell power because you want to go in, pop your high level consecrate, and you're going to want spell power to increase the damage of your consecrate for that initial threat. But once you have threat, you probably can swap out for life stealing just to help your upkeep. Your kind of, what's the word? I'm tired, guys. This shield looks pretty sick, though. I'm not gonna lie, that shield looks nice, doesn't it? It's kind of cool. I still can't do. Oh, and I can't do 10. Nice. But yeah, I mean, the lifestone gives you a little bit more damage mitigation, so to speak, more survivability. But in most cases, the spell power is going to be your go-to for protection, paladin, and tanking. I do like the Fiery Blaze enchant from the Badlands. It is nice if you're just kind of like grinding mobs, like you don't really care so much about like threat. I don't really know. I haven't run the numbers on that one as far as like kill times or overall kill times with that versus like just spell power. I would imagine spell power would still be better, but I haven't run the numbers on that one. Oh yeah, we got another talent point 2. Going into seal. We're only 5 levels away from getting consecration, which is huge for us, like absolutely huge. I love this shield. This shield's so cool looking. I think, yeah, I can understand why a lot of people though probably would struggle with Paladin because you know your PPM, you know, not your PPM but your APM, you know, your actions per minute. You know, there's not a lot to do on a Protection Paladin. There aren't a lot of abilities. Like Protection Paladin really doesn't get good until you're like in your 40s. At least it doesn't really feel good until you're like in your level 40s. Because of the way it works, because of the talents, because of how blocking works, because of how like your kind of mitigation and really reflection damage, you know, your Blessing of Sanctuary. That's why if they ever did like a Classic Plus, one of the biggest things I would push for is to give Protection Paladins a taunt and to give Protection Paladins another ability. Like really, the Crusader Strike was part of the client. I mean, it's actually in the vanilla client. They just, for whatever reason, didn't include it in the build. You know, it wasn't enabled. But it's actually in the client. I know people that reverse engineer the WoW client and say that Crusader Strike is literally already in the 1.12 client. They just, Blizzard, for whatever reason, there must have been some sort of an issue with it. They did not include it in the release. But Paladins the release the way they were, I'm 100% sure they were not finished. It wasn't a finished class. It wasn't like, hey, this is how we wanted Paladins to be, you know, it just wasn't like that. That was a good question by Cargos though. Like, what do I like most about Protection Paladin? I definitely say, now that I've been thinking about it, I've been kind of mulling over that question in my mind. I definitely think that the number one reason I like Protection Paladin is I like playing classes that are tanky, that can basically that can solo content. Like Protection Paladins can solo dungeons better than any class in the game. There's no doubt about that. As far as like just going into a dungeon and just going and pulling a ton of mobs, there aren't too many classes. Maybe a mage. But a mage is different. A mage is basically kiting. You know, basically, you know, whereas a Protection Paladin could just go in there and pull a shit ton of stuff and just stand in the face of it, having it beat on you, and yet you're still alive, you know. You're just like, yeah, sorry. You're not going to kill me. It's just pretty amazing. And a lot of that has to do, obviously, with Seal of Insight, Seal of Light. You know, that ability to basically heal yourself when you're hitting people is amazing. But we definitely have to get life stealing. We'll have to try to get Flurry X if we can. I got really lucky on my Melee Hunter with that second Flurry X I got, because it was only like 300 gold, which is like a ridiculously good price. I saw a Flurry X on the Alliance auction house a couple days ago, and they were listing it for 730 gold, which is, yeah, you know, good luck. I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, so getting one at 300 gold was a real bargain. And I haven't even seen a Skullflame shield, and it's been a while since I've seen one of those in the auction house. It's gonna be difficult to get that. We'll probably won't be able to get one right away. It might be something where I have to at like later levels, which is unfortunate, but. But there's some other good shields we can get. There was one shield I was seeing in the auction house that I wasn't familiar with, which was weird. It was a shield that I don't remember seeing, like, ever in the auction house. And basically what it did was its biggest asset was it increased your block rating, like by, I think it was by quite a bit. Let's take a look at the auction house and see if it's still there. Just because I'm curious, I want to tell you guys what shield it was. It's been in the auction house for the last 2 or 3 days. I love this shield. These colors are so vibrant. But I mean, who doesn't love this? I mean, look at this zone. It's just beautiful. Darkshore is such a beautiful zone. Look at this shit, right? And I don't even have, like, you know, the foliage turned up all the way. You know? The Baron's dungeon? Which one? There's Razorfen Crawl, RFK, what's the other one? I don't know. Man, my brain's not working right now. I'm too tired. Let me fix this. Alright, we'll look at that. We'll worry about that shield later. I don't care about it right now. JSZZ, good evening. How's it going?
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that. I killed a level 14 Moonstalker, and my health was still like 90%, like 93%. So even at only level 15, Protection Paladin mitigates damage pretty well. I mean, you've got, let's see, with our Devotion Aura up right now, we're sitting at, you know, where's mitigation? We're gonna have to go in here. Where do we have it? Oh, this doesn't show us. We can see my armor rating, but I can't see like the amount of damage. I mean, we have avoidance, but that's not what we want. Block chance, parry chance. Oh, here it is. 41%. So damage reduction against level 8. So right now we're at 41.6% damage reduction. You know, we'll never have as high an armor rating as druids, unfortunately, but we can get pretty high.
Lovely.
Hey Terry, what's up? But you know, really the biggest reason I play Protection Paladin is because I can watch Netflix while I'm playing. I can just like watch a movie while I'm auto attacking. I'm kidding, of course. I used to always call this the Netflix build, like my build, just because I could just sit here and watch movies for like hours while I'm just kind of barely paying attention to my paladin as she auto attacks her way to 60. Now we don't want to mess with those guys right now. Not worth it. I will tell you one thing that was bothering me about my UI is that I was noticing that when I was clicking my judgment, like when I was hitting my keybind for judgment, which is mouse button 5, that it wasn't triggering the spell until I moused up, until I released the mouse button. And you don't want that. You don't want that at all, and that was really annoying. So like if I held down mouse button 5, it wouldn't trigger judgment. It would just wait until I released the button. But I fixed that. If you guys want to know, the way to fix that is basically with Bartender. So if you go to Bartender and go to... I'm trying to think where it's at. It's in there though. It's actually in Bartender. It used to be... It actually used to be in... And I'll show you here in a second when I get done killing this guy. It used to be as part of the add-on, right? So if I go out, it used to be part of advanced interface options right here, which is this one. Cast action keybinds on key down, but this does not work. It's in here, but it doesn't work. It does not work. But if you go to Bartender, Bartender does work. And it's right here. Toggle actions on key press instead of release. Right? So this actually works. So definitely if you're playing vanilla WoW, I highly recommend that. So like normally if I went up to this mob and if I left click, like notice how if I left click and just hold, see how the button's highlighted? Because I'm just left clicking and holding, right? It's possible. That's a good point. That's a good point. But if I left click and hold, see it triggers. It's possible it was, yeah. That is a good point, Looney. It could have been overwritten, and I have seen that with other add-ons, you know. But Blizzard, I've noticed a few things in Blizzard lately with that things have broken in Classic that weren't broken like 2 years ago. You know, Classic Era has been around a long time. And I've noticed that some things have broken recently. Like one of the things that has broken recently like is my macros. Like if I go to macros here, when I go to my hunter macro for, I don't know if it's here, if I have it here, if it's, I think I would actually have to be on my hunter. Yeah, because it's part of the specific macro specific to the character. But if I wanted to turn like my growl on and off, like in a macro, I actually had to put the spell rank now. I didn't used to have to put the spell rank in, and that's something that just started recently. Like as recently as like, you know, a couple months ago. No, Alex. We don't talk about Alex Dushul in this chat.
Lovely.
Alex Zit Le Douche. The 5'3" douche. Yeah, that guy's a train wreck, man.
Lovely.
I think the other thing I like about Protection Paladin is they're so good. Like Protection Paladin excels at like Skolamons, like Undead Stratholme, you know, like, and they also excel in. They're also like when you're healing, like LBRS, and UBRS and BRD. When you actually are a healer and you're healing those dungeons, you would much rather heal a Protection Paladin. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, the Protection Paladin has way better AoE threat generation than a warrior or a druid. So there's a lot less mobs running around, like aggroing to other people. And the other reason is as if you're a priest. Like if you're a priest, you can use your bubble for once. You can actually just bubble a paladin. You can literally just throw a shield, powered shield on a paladin, throw a renew on him, and then sit there and drink your coffee. Because that's all the paladin needs, and he's good, right? But if you do that with the warrior's like, I don't fucking heal me. You're nerfing my threat generation. You know, they start crying that you're killing their threat generation because, you know, if they're not getting hit, they don't, you know, if the shield's absorbing damage, then they're not getting the damage and they're not generating rage, right? Same thing with a druid, I guess, you know, so they don't like that. So it's so cool when you're on a priest to be healing a protection paladin because you're like, man, I can just throw my shield on the paladin. It feels so good as a priest because you're just like, oh, this is awesome. Because power shield is like one of the best, most iconic, best abilities a priest has. And so to be able to actually use it on your tank is such a good feeling, you know. And to not be able to use it on a tank just feels like so wrong in a way, you know. It just feels wrong.
Lovely. Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
What they should have done, and this is just another thing Blizzard should have done, is Blizzard should have had a talent point for like some sort of improved power word shield for priests, or some sort of like, you know, ethereal power word shield, or I don't know, some different type, like it morphed your power word shield into a different type of power word shield. I don't know, such that the tank like still was generating rage, or it wouldn't even have to be anything crazy. It could just be like you put talent points in your power word shield that basically just says, you know, now damage absorbed also
you can kiss your ass goodbye.
Also generates rage for, you know, targets that can generate rage, basically, you know. And that would have solved that problem, right? So there's lots of little things like that that Blizzard probably maybe they didn't even think of. I'm not sure if Blizzard ever thought, oh, priests aren't going to use powered shield because then their tank's not generating, you know, their warrior's not generating rage. I don't know if Blizzard ever thought of that, you know. I would love to know if they did. I'm assuming they didn't, but who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe they just said, well, we want to make the priests in certain situations use different abilities, you know. Oh, I'm out of my Coca-Cola, man. I'm out of Coca-Cola. Well, I'm not. There's more in the fridge, but I have to go to the kitchen to get it. And Opie still isn't working, which is really sucks. Let's see. Yeah, look, it's not. It's totally broken. Opie is completely broken. And which really is a bummer. And they had an update from just a few days ago, but that update is not fixing it, so I don't know. Yeah, see, this doesn't fix it. Maybe we can find Opie. Everything is broken right now. That's 20. That's not. It's not recent though. Yeah, this is old. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I don't know. It just feels like they're not going to fix it, which sucks. I mean, luckily some of the slices still work. You know, like my professions are working and my marking's working, but for some reason, you know, these aren't. And I think it's just because they weren't turned on, like for this particular character. Like any character that already had the slices set up and working still work, but characters who are new characters who haven't had the correct slices turned on, or you can't turn them on. So, sucks. Alright, what we got? We still need 7 more rabid thistlebearers. I don't think I can have a skill high enough to mine a silver vein, but I guess we'll take a look. Pretty sure yeah. It's 170. God, mining 75. I must be like 60 something. I am, oh no, I'm 70. Higher than I thought. Still 5 points away though. Ah, this guy's over here killing the ones I want to kill. You bastard. I'm sure he's killed them all. There's one over here in the corner you might not know about though. There's actually a couple. There's one over here. Yeah, he's still there. And there's going to be a couple over here he might not have got. Yep, he missed that one. Yep, he didn't get either of these.
Lovely.
This is also a good spot to fish up the electropellers here in the water.
Lovely.
Right here. Ooh, we have the cave mushroom quest, but I don't really want to do that. Maybe we'll grab our fiery enchanted weapon. That'll make that quest a lot easier. Not that we couldn't do it at 15, we could, but it would be more annoying.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye. Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Alright, Lenny, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by as always. I'm probably going to jump off pretty soon. But I should be back tomorrow morning. It just depends on if my wife needs me to do anything tomorrow. I'm hoping that she takes it. I think she said she was going to take it easy tomorrow, not do anything crazy. I'm going to run over the rocky little cliffs here because sometimes we can find some ore in here. There's one. Also find some bears in here, apparently. This is also where the rare kitty likes to hide around there too. The stealth cat.
What can I get for you today? Keep your feet on the ground.
Welcome. See you soon.
What brings you here?
How may I help?
Peace be with you.
How may I help? What brings you here? Be careful. Goddess bless you.
There we go. Oh, okay, so we got our fiery weapon. That should help quite a bit.
What brings you here?
I'm also gonna set this as my home. Alright, that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna take a break, go to bed. But we're almost level 16, so we still have quite a few quests to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got at least 10 more quests to do in this zone. More, there's actually more we can do if we want. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I will probably be streaming hopefully tomorrow morning after I wake up, walk the dog, and make my wife breakfast. I'll catch you guys then, man. Hope everybody has a good night. I'll catch you next time, man. Peace out.